Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the fundamental rights. In this video, we see a brief overview about the fundamental rights, and after that, in the subsequent videos, we try to study uh, each fundamental right act from Article 12 to Article 35, and in this, we'll give a brief overview of the fundamental rights. First most important thing is that fundamental rights are guaranteed by our constitution. These are guaranteed by our the Indian constitution. Just take a shortcut. Indian constitution, and these rights are available without any discrimination, without any discrimination and they are available to all the individuals to uphold the dignity of the individuals so that they can empower themselves. Whereas there is a second clause, there is a clause like we respect the dignity of individual, whereas when something is harmful for the unity and integrity of India, of India, unity and integrity, as well as for the public interest, in that case these fundamental rights are not or not means they have some kind of restriction to safeguard the public interest as well as unity and integrity of a nation, especially in India. Fundamental rights, why they have given? They have given so that to promote the idea of, because if citizens don't have any rights, then it's very difficult for them to exercise their will will in terms of to select a political system, and that political system work according to the will of people so that they have a social and the economic environment which fulfill which enable an environment which fulfill the rights of the citizen. And what are those rights, we'll discuss in the subsequent videos, and we'll give a brief overview of those rights in this video also. So that is, and one best thing about these fundamental rights, like without these rights it is very difficult to have a overall development of individual. So they are different kind of development. These are like intellectual development, moral development, spiritual development, sorry for this spelling, spiritual development, and to achieve materialistic development. So these are some of the features of the fundamental rights. And another is, these are available to whom? These are, and one more, these rights are not absolute, these are qualified. What does it mean? Absolute means these are not absolute. Absolute means it's there are some, there is no restriction, no restriction. Whereas qualified means they provide some kind of restriction on exercising one rights. And what kind of restriction they have, we have already seen that if one exercising of one rights hinder the unity and integrity of a nation, and it hurts the public interest, or it hurt the rights of other person, then there are some kind of restriction, and we try to study this thing in further detail in subsequent videos. There are some rights such as right to equality, right to equality, then right to freedom. It is under Article 19 to 22. This one is Article 14 to 18. Then right against exploitation, that comes under Article 22 and 24. Then right to freedom of religion, it comes under Article 25 to 28. Then right to educational and cultural rights. So these are like cultural and educational rights. It is comes under Article 29 and 30. And the most important right is right to constitutional remedies. We'll discuss these rights, remedies. We'll discuss these rights in subsequent videos in details. But for the time being, just we are focusing on some of the aspects. And there was another right, that right to property, but later that was amended by Constitutional 44th Constitutional Amendment Act, and this right was shifted to legal right under Article 300A. And there are some features like these rights are not absolute. Absolute means without any restriction one can exercise. Yes, they can exercise, but there are some kind of restriction, and rights with restriction are known as qualified rights. Why these restrictions are important? These restrictions are important because we need to save unity and integrity of our nation, to save the public interest, and to stop the encroachment in others' rights. So therefore we kept it qualified rather than absolute, and these rights are justifiable. We can fight for our rights into the courts, and some rights are available to the citizens, and while some are for the available for the foreigner also. And article, they can be suspended, and there are certain rights like these rights are suspended during national emergency, national emergency, and but certain rights are not suspended, and these rights are 20, 21, and 19. Just give a guess, like why these rights are not suspended. If we go into the further details of these rights, we know that this rights about protection of life, protection of life and personal liberty. So sorry for this spelling, not spelling, that handwriting is not clear. uh, and Article 19, it give Sam. Article 20, it's about protection in respect to conviction of offense. So protection in suppose protection in respect to conviction. If under national emergency we keep suspended these rights also, in that case no one can file case in the court, and They don't have right to fight for their own rights, to prove that they are not guilty. So therefore they kept this right. Protection of life and the liberty. So these are very important to have a say. Otherwise there is a whole blanket. Then there is no voice of the people. All right or wrong, all kind of voices are suspended during this national emergency, and in that case there is a danger on our democracy. Therefore, to save the democracy, they have kept these rights out of the purview of suspension under the national emergency. And again, they have kept this Article 19 as a non not suspended during national emergency. What is the reason? Reason is first, because it talk about the speech and expression. You can easily suppress the right speech also. So to protect that raising of right speech, that is protected. Another, to raise your voice against any wrong thing, you need to gather the right forces. Right forces means not the right or left kind of. It's the right with valuable or the with the value or the constitutional spirit things. You need to form the assembly. You need to have associations, and you need to movement. That's why I have written SAM, speech and expression, assembly, association, and movement, SAM, and residence and the profession. So residence and profession. So SAM RP. So if somebody want to remember, they can remember in this manner. So, but there is another restriction, like these rights are directly enforceable, or there is no need to have a always you need to go to court. These rights the state administration can arrange things so that these rights can be exercised by the citizens, and such law can be, and there are certain kind of laws which need to be made, and these are only be made by parliament and state, so that the uniformity throughout the country can be maintained. So the laws related to fundamental rights are by parliament. So this is a small overview about the fundamental rights, and in the subsequent videos we'll study the each rights. And thank you for watching this video.